Journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
140, and we had a high today in gold of 45.30. And I just wanted to show you the action today. That's an $80 drop from where we were on the way down. And as you can see this, it doesn't look like very much unless you follow something that we follow here, which is nothing more than a little bit of AB equals CD. And there you can see it coming down. There was your first three. I mean, it's only 3-minute chart, but there it is, there it is, there it is. There was your low. There's where we are. Not too bad, but let me show you something even better. If you took just a little bit of artificial intelligence, put it in the Aladdin lamps and say, poof, there was your prediction. There's where it is, and look where it's gone now. We still go out for the rest of the day. It's still going higher. You got a little 382 pattern right here. Probably had another one right here. And you'll see probably, looks like it's 50%. No, it's 382. There's 382 again. So we're still on the way up, and that tells you where your targets are going as you move up in here. So anyway, this is what we had down in here, and we'll see what happens with it as we go through the rest of the day here. But silver is certainly got that's been the best performer from what I heard today on Bloomberg. This up 140%. So whether that means very much or not, I'm not sure. But as you can see here on the silver, let's get this up here so we can take a quick look at it. Oh, hold on there just a minute there, buckaroos. We'll see where we are here. Aha, there, we're picking up speed here. It's what I wanted to see. There's where we are. Okay, all right. Well, you know what, folks? We just did something here very, very important. Because we're looking at this Dow Jones, and these are the ones that you're supposed to be watching, and I'm jumping around a little too much. If I can just get them out of the way here, the only way I can do it is to do this way, and I'll get the Dow Jones up here. Where is it? Where is it? There's Dow Jones right here, because we should be topping right about now. And look at now, you see what's happened? You see it's popped above there. It's the first sign that something's wrong, boys and girls. That's the first time. Look at how perfect this has been. And now it's the first time that something tells you, maybe it's wrong, except for one thing. You see that number over there, 44808? Look at the swing here for the day, 44811. So that's where the high is supposed to come in, right there. Now, whether that's going to do it or not, I don't know. We've made new highs now in the S&P. I just saw that trade at 55, so it may or may not be right. So beware of people giving you gifts, because maybe it's not going to be what you think it is. But anyway, that's the key, is to watch 4811. Now, the one market that is doing very poorly today, and that is the Russell. Oh, did we lose the Russell somewhere along in here? Okay, let me show you where the problem is from the bearish side, folks. Here's the problem from the bearish. Well, there's lots of problems from the bearish side. Doesn't make any difference what any of the news is. You can see here that we should have stopped here today. And look at this, we've gapped up above that. That's number one, okay? Number one, very hard to be bearish when you see something like that. Let me show you number two. Number two will be coming in with the NASDAQ. Let's get that up here, right here. Let me just get this here. You can see that measures to 77. But look at this on the 4-hour chart, folks. This is the key. You see, we had this big gap up here. We didn't even fill this gap this morning, folks. Look at this. This is really quite amazing. We couldn't even fill that little gap. And here's where we are again, banging up against. We've been here for 2 days now, 21st, 22nd, or 22nd, 23rd, and it hasn't gone down. This is not a sign of weakness. So, and not only that, but the reports were well, confidence was bad or something. They're about 50-50. Anyway, that's what we're watching here with the NASDAQ, so we'll keep that in mind too. Someday it'll turn down, and I'll be on top of it, but boy, doesn't look like today's the day, so that's pretty much it. I want to get back here to silver because I wanted to show you we're really hovering right near this 1.618 expansion on the long. We're only a couple bucks away. Another day like today, and we'll be there. But that's your 1.618 expansion from way back in 2011, folks. We're right up into that zone right now. Just a couple more days. Well, one more day like today. You can see how it swings. My goodness, yesterday you had a $4 day. Today you're still open and you got a $2 day. So a couple more, that's it. And then we got a holiday. Well, the holiday's a half a day tomorrow. That's really a terrible day to trade, folks, Christmas Eve. Trust me. There's the liquidity that you think is out there is not out there. So you can see wild swings tomorrow for sure, or today, either one. You'll be able to see that unfolding as we watch this, do this here today. Got a couple other things I want to talk about. We had a nice traded wheat this week for those of you that play the normal markets. And you'll see here, we'll take a look here at the live cattle. Also, you remember we were watching the live cattle to get up to the 61% retracement today. It missed it by 10 cents, and it's a couple bucks lower than that right now. Also, we mentioned that wheat trade, and we'll get these up here and moving around. Folks, we're going to see volatility coming in these things like you can't believe. So let's get the 4 hour up in the wheat so that we can see it, how we bought it and where we are right now. Now we kind of we just went above the 382 here this morning, folks. There it is right there. And we've been up for 5 days. So I sold it here at 17 because of the 382. And that's the way if I see a 382, I'm going to take it. So this is only a penny. So something to do, while I'm watching everything else. So that's what I'm paying attention to here today. Okay, let's move. I got a notebook here of some of the things that I wanted to cover. The main ones were the silver and the gold. We had these big numbers out here. I think we should check the gold one too, because that's another really, really large one on the daily that's popped up. Hold on, let's get this daily gold, and you'll see that we drew the numbers in. It's the weekly. Let's get it up there, so everybody can see it. There's where we are. There's where we are in the long-term weekly on gold. Okay, there's where we are. Now we have made another, you can see there was your 382 pattern right here, and now you've broken to the upside right here. That's not saying that you can't go a whole lot higher, folks. You can go a whole lot higher. Let's look at the daily, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better. There's the 1.618 expansion of all that. Came in at 44.86, and we went $50 higher than that. So there's not much there on the shorter term basis except these little tiny patterns. You can see we made that. All right, we pulled back here, so that means we do have another swing that I missed. Shut the front door. How did I miss this one? It's a daily. Look at this. We're there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're there 8 days. We don't make the 382, but that means there's a cycle there. So let's just measure the darn thing, see where we are. Boy, I think I know what I'm doing, and then I really don't. And that measured to $4,500. 4,500, and the high has been 45.30, and we're trading at 45.05 right now. So maybe this is going to be a high. I don't know. All I know, folks, this is not the beginning of a move in gold. This is the end of a move in gold. Well, I think it is. What am I talking about?
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter. A must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Hey folks, we're going to go down to memory lane here to go back to 2001. In New York City, we were having the Money Show, and I met a young man there named Tom O'Brien at TFNN, and he had just coined the phrase King Dollar. King Dollar. He was very bullish gold, and it was at the wild open price of $236 per ounce. And I got to meet him, and we were having a lot of fun, and there were a couple of my buddies there from the hockey team from, the Miracle on Ice from the 1980 Olympics. And there were three of them there. And, of course, Tom, being from Boston, was really excited to meet him. And when he realized that we had all been hanging out together for a while, we really had a lot of fun. And that's how I met Tom. And 7 years later, I became a member of the TFNN team. And I've been with them for, what many years? That's 19 years now. Well, 18 years. That's a long time. Anyway, here's where we've gone. We've gone here. There's when we broke out. Here's when we broke out into new high ground, above $1,000. Remember that? That was back here, 2011. This is where we got to 1900. Then we pulled back to right here. It was really long pullback. Beautiful 61% retracement right here. And then here's where we are right now. That's why I'm saying I don't know where it's going, but all I know, this is how markets end. They don't actually go up forever. Well, some of them do. But anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here with the gold market today. Okay, let's get back here to talk about some of the markets that we're talking about, and let's do one thing at a time. Since I jumped around here a little bit, let me find out what's going on with the stock market, because I did tell you it should be topping in here, but sometimes these things just don't work. Sometimes they do. You just never know. Hold on just a second here. Wow, boy, I'm having a difficult time, boys and girls. Hold on one second, just a second. I got to hit the tile vertical. Otherwise, I can't find it. And this way I can find it pretty quickly. And here it is right now, because we are right there again. You see how we've gone above that number? And we just went above the number right now, which we remember was 48.11, okay? 448.11, we're now at 48.23. That's where we are right now. So This, if you're gonna do a trade like that and sell it at 44.11, you got to forget this green line because it only works part of the time. But that's an ABCD pattern measuring right there. Okay, there it is. And so it's above it a little bit. Now, how much do you risk? Well, all I would do is just take a look at it from an ABCD standpoint of what's going on just recently, because this is the last hour or two. You're going to see that you got an ABCD pattern coming in. And that comes in right about here at 48.32. We're already above that. So you're at $100 right now. So you got to say, uh-oh, this is where we pull the switch and say we're not going to do this anymore. And so now you're at 150. 250 is your maximum. Okay, so you add 250 to that, and that takes you to 48, 251. This one, that would be 48.99. That's only $400. So your stop on this has to be. Let me write this down in here. Boy, it's a wonderful day to have Christmas. Tell the Grinch to go home, for God's sake. 899. So you're risking, there's your stop right there. You sold it at 48.11. Your stop is 488.99. Okay, that's what we're doing. Right now you're at $140, but keep the faith. You still has a chance to do this. And the reason why is, if we take a look here at the E-mini S&P, I have the times written down. That's why it's so important to me to watch the time. So I put the time up here, and you'll see, this one's gone off too. So this is definitely in trouble. See, it's had a really nice setup right here for the time to come in, but it didn't. It went a little bit higher. But again, there's your 1.618 expansion. So if you did that, stick with the euro or with the Dow Jones. If you lose, you lose. And that's pretty much, there was your ABCD pattern coming in right here, all ready to go down. And look, it inverted and it's not going down. And the reason for it is, folks, there's more buying. It's a holiday atmosphere, and only people like me that like to take calculated risk speculations will even attempt to do anything like this. So anyway, that's what you're watching. 48.99 on that, and we'll see where we are as we go through looking at it each few minutes here during this half hour that we have left on the board. And I've got to get it back here. All right, we're back here at 48.37. So the most you have, we sold at 11, and our stop is there, 48.99. Okay, now the good part is, if it gets in the next few minutes, if it gets down to 48.11, we'll just put our limit minder in, and you could put your order in, and you wouldn't lose anything. Okay, so let's shoot for a break-even trade on this, and we'll see if it'll actually get us moving in the right direction. All right, and if it loses, there'll be others. That's the good part. All right. There's always a trade coming around, whether it's cattle or whatever it happens to be. There's always another. What else did I miss on this? I missed something else to tell you on this darn thing. I can't remember what it was. We got to get to the foreign currencies here, but we'll do that in just a second. We got a whole half hour to get that done. Mainly what we're watching for now is to see if we get this back to 11. Now it gets back to your break-even point in, say, the next few minutes. Okay. Well, it's always possible because we're just jumping around. Then you would be either take the trade off and break even, or you put your stop above that and think it's going to go the rest of the day. Remember, the last part of the day, this is not working as good as you'd like to see it happening. You see, this should have been a bottom, and it wasn't. So we're going to find out whether it works or not. Sometime today, the one that was just, and I got on that one. That was this was a fantastic move in gold, and just had everything. You had this, there's your high right up here. There's your first 382 right here. There was your profit taking. And then you had this really great place to go long right there. There was your pullback right here. And so it was a good day, but not all the time are they that good. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. We do one at a time. That's all we can do. All right, let's move on here to the foreign currency, because we got a lot of flack yesterday about the British pound. A lot of flack is, I had one person that complained, and he said, I lost $150. I said, I'll send you a check. Of course, I was joking with him. You got to take your responsibilities and do them yourself, folks. Here is the British pound, and we're going to get this up on the daily because it had a lot of things going for it for the downside. Here's where we are. And it actually did okay so far today. Here's where we were yesterday. If you remember, we were looking at these three patterns right here. There was drive 1, drive 2, drive 3. We thought that was it. It went a little bit higher, but we sold it here. This was a minuscule loss here. So like $150. And that completed what we think, and this is what we think. There's drive 1, there's drive 2, there's drive 3. I put the charts in to show you that, yeah, they're coming in. There's your 61% retracement. We're trading at it right now. So you have a 3 drive to a top pattern. Look at that. That's just a very nice 3 drive to a top pattern. It's 3 drive to a top and 3 drive to a bottom. Boy, you can't beat that. Tell me you don't like 3 drive to a bottom, folks, when you look at the S&P where we were just a few days ago, 5 days ago. Hello, operator. That thing's gone straight up. And it looks like it's going to keep going straight up. Let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, a couple of weeks ago, I did these charts on the ABCD patterns across the board at weird things. Look at this is the Dow Jones. If you add B and C together, subtract A, gives you this level up here, 48,000, and we got the 48,400 or something like that. If you remember, we actually looked at the one from 1987, and that was a harmonic convergence there on August the 25th, 1987. The Dow was at 2740. And of course, on the 19th, just a few weeks later, 55 days later, it was trading for 1600. It dropped 22% in one day, folks. Why don't you multiply 22% into 48,000? That comes up to 10,000. Dow down 10,000 points in one day. Could never happen again. All right, we already did that. Let's look at the Dow Jones. Look at the NASDAQ. We measured the NASDAQ, and of course it measured up into this area right here. This was all AI, folks. This old 6 months, all we've heard every single day is AI, AI, AI. The big one was the New York Stock Exchange. This is huge, folks. Look at this. From COVID, A, B, C, D measures at 22,000. The high was 22,100. We're still below that. We still have not taken those highs out on any of these things. This is the Russell. You can see there's the A, B, C, D and the Russell. It's actually trading quite a bit below it right now. Maybe later today it won't be. And then, of course, here's the S&P doing the same thing, making those big highs. So nothing's changed. I think that the final bell will be rung and you're going to see margin call selling, but maybe not in my lifetime. So that's it, where we're paying attention to here, right here today. Okay, now let's move on and take a look at the euro. We'll get the euro up here just a second. I just had it here. Got too many things to look at today. Come on, euro. What's wrong there? Here it is. Let's get this. Here's where we are with the euro right now. Let's get it up here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the hourly chart to see that we were back up against that fabulous number right here, known as the 61% retracement. And here's where we are here right now. There's where we are, backed off. You see, we went up and touched that same high by just a little bit, and now we're moving down just like we had thought. Now, if this touches this, that means the dollar index has to be doing the opposite. In other words, it's got to be pulling back. So we're going to take a look at that right now, because I watch alerts come on, because if the alert comes on, tells me these have been violated, and I know so far this morning that it had not happened. So we get the dollar index, and it's right here. And we're going to put it up on the or hourly, and we should be making a nice retracement at that time. Oh, there it is right now. Let's see where we are. See if we got down to the magic time. No, we did not. You see, matched it there. Now it's starting to hold up. That means the dollar index has held that key level. Okay, remember, this is the hourly, but if you go down to the daily, you're going to see that's the key level that we've been watching. What did it do? It matched it right here. You can see it's bounced a little bit. This is important. The fact that it could not get below that level, it made one tick. This was lower by one tick. It didn't even get to a double bottom. It matched it. So that's a sign that there's still, by the end of the day, hell, it might be down here. You know, but we don't know. We never know. Even when we think we know, we don't know. Okay, now we move this out of the way here. And we won't need to see that anymore. Get that out of, try to thin them out a little bit so we can go through here. We're almost making a new high on the silver right now, folks. We'll take a quick look at it. As you can see, we're still popping up here, making new highs on the day here. So that's still moving in the right direction. And I got to we're done with the silver so we can get those out of the way here. And then we covered the pound. Now we want to cover the Japanese yen, because it's made some nice patterns. It had a lot of resistance up there at 157, folks, much as we'd hoped that there might be resistance up there, but we'll get it up here so we can all look at it here on this hourly, because we've had a pretty good breakdown now. Here's where we are. And here's where we has the big move up here. This was the news-related one. You remember when the Japanese came out and dropped their interest rates? This was this day, right? Let me clean this out so we can see it right here. So this was the day right here, the 19th, when they dropped interest rates. You see the market went way up here, and then after, how long was it there? It was about a day. And then they bring in all the tribe, and then you'll see what's happening, and boom, that's it. Now, this was the key, that there was something big getting ready to happen in the Japanese yen, because if you looked, all that was was a 382 retracement right there. Took several hours to complete, and then away it went. Okay, and now we've come down. You can see we had a pretty good rally back today, and if that means anything, it means that it should be just about 382 off of the high. So let's just double check to see what, and there's your 382 off of the high, coming in right there on the old Japanese yen. Okay, so that's what we're watching with the yen. And finally, the one that just keeps giving is the Canadian dollar. Anybody that been short this, that short the dollar against the Canadian, I heard the most ridiculous thing, that the United States is going to annex Canada as the 51st state. Well, who knows? Let's get this up on the daily. You'll see how bearish this is. You can see it's been coming down. Look at this. Here's a perfect example of a rally, folks. Look at this. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-day rally, and that's all you've done. And look, all it does is make a 382 off of that move right there. Okay, and look, it just keeps going down. Is this a big gap today? No, cannot be. No, it's no gap. Okay, now we're coming down here. We're getting pretty close to major support here. Now, since we're looking at that, let's just look at that right now. This might be something to help the dollar. So you've got a nice ABCD coming in right there. So let's just pull that up and take a look at it. Oh, that's not the one I want to see. That's not the one I want to see. Okay, boy, oh boy, there's where we are, right here. Here's where we are right there. Yep, there it is. We should have some pretty good support here in the Canadian dollar when we get there. Put that up. There's your 786. So you got to pay attention to, well, we're very close. So this is keep that eye on that. Maybe that's why that dollar index doesn't quite look as badly as it might seem. Anyway, that's it. Okay, let's get back to work here and see what we've got here with just a little bit time left. We haven't gotten killed yet in the stock market. So we're almost back to even, for God's sake. Please, Santa, let me out. I'm sorry, folks. I shouldn't joke about this. Anyway, there's where we are right now. We're right here right now. We sold it at 11. So, folks, if you want to, you have a choice now, folks. And I'm not going to tell you what to do, but there's your thing. Now we went above it, okay, and we're within $50 of where we sold it at 48.11. Okay, 48.11. So it's $50. Okay, so I'm going to be, because of the Christmas spirit, I have my order sitting in right there. I'm going to get out right there if we get there, which is 48.14. That's where I'm going to take a $15 loss, because folks, I had such a good day at gold today. Doesn't make any difference. None of these make any difference, because it's just funny money anyway. You can't spend it. They don't allow you to spend money that you make in the markets. You have to give that away. All right, so that's what we're looking at right here in the Dow Jones or in the S&P.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, here we are, and I am going to take a $50 loss. In this, I'm going to try. I sold it at 11. Okay, I'm going to buy it back at 21. It's right there right now. So as soon as you see that 21 to a 20, you know that I got filled. And I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's a holiday coming up. All right. Here's what's so ridiculous, folks. It's setting at 21, and I'm setting here. Oh, this is embarrassing, actually. I should just say, there we're going now. See, now I'm out. I don't care what happens after this. First of all, it's above the target that I wanted to sell at. Okay? So now I've taken what was a loss, and I've made my loss only $45. So I feel pretty good about that. All right. But it's a Friday coming into one of the biggest holidays of the year. Christmas was, of course, just like only Thanksgiving has the more bullish day. Thanksgiving Day, the day after Thanksgiving, is up about 75% of the time. Christmas is not like that. It's 50-50. All the other days are 50-50. Folks, it's hard to believe, but you go back and look at the number of days up and the number of days down, it's 49, 51, 50, 50 and a half, 49 and a half. It's amazing. So that's why I'm covering it, just because of that. And I'm in a good mood, and I don't want to spoil it, but that's okay. That's all right too. Okay, let's move on here to what else I wanted to cover. Hold on. We'll get that up. Was Tesla. And I have to share you one of my big supporters who happens to own quite a bit of Tesla made a really interesting observation, and I should share it with everybody. So hold on one second if I can find the T's. Okay, now I got to go down to the weekly chart because I keep talking about dailies. And he said, is there a chance that Tesla could do this? Believe me, boys and girls, Tesla could do this because we're making new highs as we speak. We can easily get to 514, okay? That's on the week. I mean, that's hardly anything, okay? But if you do it on a monthly basis, that's what he was pointing out. You could be looking, are you ready for this? 612, and that's not even out of the ballpark. That's only $120. These things have days where it moves, 20, 30, 50, a lot. So we could easily see this if the market, we're making new highs. There's nothing bearish about this. So we could easily do this on the monthly chart. You're talking to somebody who's bearish, and I'm telling you that it could literally do that. All right. So don't fade that one. See, there, I'm glad I got out now. See, even though I'm done. See, that would have taken you out. That would have almost exactly at your break even, folks. That was the game, was to take it out of break even. But I took the $50 loss because I wanted to be out and flat. That's what I was trying to do today. Okay, now we'll stop playing tiddlywinks and get back to the markets here. Someone asked a question about Apple. Apple doesn't look that bearish on the daily charts, as I recall. I don't do stocks at all, but I do answer questions about them. Stock is nothing more than another. This is an Apple, and this is going back on the daily, I believe. This is the weekly Apple. There's nothing bearish about this weekly Apple, that's for sure. We're down from the high, but that's all that is. You look at the daily. Whoops, hit the wrong button there, cowboy. Hit the daily up here. We sold off a little bit on the daily, but it's nothing dramatic. This is just a normal sell-off in a bull market. I mean, there's not anything there that would tell you that there's anything. In fact, there's a Gartley there. Fact is, just hit it the other day. You can see it right here. There's your Gartley right here. There's your ABCD. We'll just get this out of the way, move it out of the way here, and draw the ABCD. There's your major low back here in October. And there's your A leg, B leg, C leg, D leg, and there it comes in right at 50%, 266. We're still up above that, so nothing bearish about this. The only way the market's going to come down is there's going to be an exogenous event, like one of those physical things that could happen, like the Great Flood or earthquake or something like that, or something political, something like, President Trump changed his party to a Democrat, something like that would certainly do it. But it'll probably be something like that if it does happen, because with all that margin that's out there, folks, that's the one thing that is the key. Really tough. There's one other one. Oh dear, I have to share you this with our good friend Rich Anderson. Oh, it won't show up. I forgot. Shut the front door and raise the rent. You know what? I can't do it by that. Anyway, he said what the cash reserves are, folks, of people that are in the stock market. They keep how much are the cash reserves? Believe it or not, they're worse than ever. In other words, they have very little cash, like 8%. And that's a sign that the market is getting ready to roll over. But that might take 2-3 weeks, 2-3 months, who knows. That's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. Of course, now that I'm looking at that right here, you'll see that this thing would have Never. I have to have some fun here, folks. Otherwise, I fall asleep, if I ever did sleep. So that's pretty much it. Anyway, get out of the way here. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And someone asked me about soybean oil. Just get that up here. And I have one other one too I have to ask about. There's soybean oil is right here. We're getting down there. I think we're going to be. This is one that I think it's got some pretty good potential let's clean this out here in the future here. Let's get this out of the way here. See, we got a Gartley coming up here very shortly here. You can see we got the lower tops in here. Okay, now it looks like we've had this is a 50% retracement from the high right there. So that means we're going down to here, correct? So all we have to do now is to take our low back here on August and draw that in, click that in, and that should take us right to there, to the promised land. So all we got to do now is verify that you put this down here and that down there, and bada bing, bada boom, right around there. We need about $4 lower in the soybean oil, and I had to be a buyer. It might even possibly stop here, but you got to do one day at a time. But that's where the bigger pattern is down here. So you're taking out that low, and of course it didn't go down directly from there, but it's not doing anything either. So that's what I'm watching. This was a really, really great trade back in July, folks. Remember, we had that 3 drive to a top pattern. We were doing live trading on the show like we're going to be doing Friday, the day after Christmas, if you want to give yourself a present, come on and join us. We got some good stuff to talk about. We're going to be 3 hours live trading between 9 and 12 on Friday. We had a really great session last week, 2 weeks ago, and mainly because of the ABCD, and that's what we're looking for, those kind of patterns. So that's the bean oil. And then finally, with one before the break here is, are you ready, boys and girls? And that is the, where is it? No. The corn, there it is right there. Hold on a second. And corn is still in a downtrend, but it's the short-term uptrend right now. Well, this is a weekly chart. Hello, we don't do that. Let's get to the daily. Still looks pretty good on the daily. We just had a 382 right here. Very important low. We hit it twice, and we're still going higher. There's a 382, 36 cents. It's around another 11 cents to the upside. So it's definitely an important low here. And it looks like we're going to get up into this area right here, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, here's where we were back on the 18th. We had that beautiful bottom, ABCD. It was the mini of this version right here. And, of course, we've made new highs. This is where we were coming in Friday, folks. That's why when it gapped up here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, here's where we are right now. Just told you there's something wrong. I pulled the plug on that immediately Sunday night, actually, saying, no, this is not something you want to get involved with because it's gone higher. And that's how high is it going to go? Don't know, folks. It could go way, way up here. Who knows? They could come out and drop interest rates, give everybody $50,000 for Christmas from the government or anything like that. Who knows? But anyway, it's not acting bearish. It's not. This was a good bullish sign. This is not a bearish sign. So you got to say where it's going. It just keeps going higher and higher, and you can't stand in front of it. That's really the bottom line. So I'm bringing that to your attention because that's the one thing this old boy ain't going to do. I'm not going to sit there. I've got enough time to tell that. Well, I do. Ty Ganders, who was an actor in the Mod Squad, and he was his best friend was Jack Lemmon. They used to come into the office, and of course Twentyman was a big Jack Lemmon fan, and so we were sitting there one day, and I was talking to a customer, and I tell him, well, we're losing a little bit here, and I said losing a little bit there, and Ty reaches over and upside down he writes SLBS. And I said, I put the phone down. I said, what the hell's that? And he said, tell him he's still losing, but slowly. And I kept that piece of paper forever. I don't know what happened to it, but he adopted me like a son. And boy, I tell you, it was one of the better things that ever happened to me. Listen, folks, Christmas is coming. We'll see you on Friday, and try to do something for somebody that doesn't have anything, because there's a lot of people out there that are struggling like crazy, and we try to help them best we can. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, as Tony Robbins would say.